many different ways to do the waistband. Not to confuse you, but one way would be to sew it from the right side, have the underside overlocked, sew it from the right side so that when you do this, you know, the underside is overlocked. In that case, you wouldn't sew this all the way. Or you could sew it from the wrong side and flip it and top stitch there. That's the way I like to do. It gives a nice finish to your fabric, and you don't have to worry about skipping your fabric underneath because you have a seam in there already. Does it make sense? So basically, if you utilize this way, you have, like, by the time you're done, you have 2 seams that holds the waistband in place. So after that, from here, I'm just aligning the waistband edge and pinning to the inside of the shorts. When I say inside means wrong side.
Excuse me.
And then you always want to pin the fold of this fly to the seam of the waistband. That way, in case there is a little bit extra, you see how it's a little bit loose? I'm going to go ahead and go back and ease this material. Into the waistband. Okay. We're sewing this at 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm starting right here from the inside of the waistband. Keep the waistband on top because waistband is a straight fabric cut on straight grain, so it's not going to stretch as much. If you keep the shorts on top, it keeps stretching, and by the time you're on to the other side, your waistband is at least 2 inches smaller.
You said 5/8?
Keep waistband
1/2
on top.
inch.
Half.
Keep the waistband on the top. Now this is a little bit tricky. This is where people are going to get confused. So come closer and take a look at what I'm doing. My seam and the waistband is aligned to the seam in the fly or the shorts. So I'm holding this down right there, folding the seam allowances towards me. My needle should start a stitch right at that seam. Okay, it's important if you pin this down, it's really easy that way. Now just work on small area at a time, leave the pin in, that's what I do. If you need to reduce down on the stitch length, you can do that. But once you have back stitched, take out the pin from here. It's really, just make sure that you're not sewing on top of your zipper stopper because I missed the 1/2 inch mark as I was talking. So I'm just repeating what we just talked about. Right there. You see, it doesn't go. If I was using my paddle, I was just going to break my needle. But when you're hand wheeling it, you can feel where it's hitting the needle. Just adjust a little bit, okay? So from here, it's a pretty, it's really easy plain seam. make sure you're, see now that pocket was sewn down, how easy it was, otherwise we're gonna have to, and then many times if you don't do that seam and you want to save time, you end up missing a piece of pocket and it just kind of hangs without being stitched. You can see that happening, right? Everything is pressed in place, so we don't have to as long as your edge keeps on. All the way to the other side, and we're going to do the exact same thing. And then I know that there's a zipper stopper right here, so when you come close to the zipper, hand wheel. And past that red flag mark or point, so now I can go back to using my paddle. Right there. If you feel like you went too far, just stop there. Move your fabric, adjust it slightly, backstitch, and take out your material. So it's on to the wrong side, and what we're going to do is pressing.